There's been a dramatic escalation in prosecutions against protesters, and it's ramping up. And if you're looking for me to have a positive outlook, what I would tell you is I don't. I think it's going to get much worse, much faster. And the administration is using political prosecutions against protesters, and they're using creative application of the law in order to do it. The most recent example we saw this was the Spokane incident. So on July 15th, 9 protesters were arrested and charged with federal conspiracy charges for their protest on June 11th. This included a former city councilman, Ben Stuckert, and they were charged with conspiracy to impede or injure federal officers. They were hit with conspiracy charges. That's a massive escalation. Traditionally, protesters in this type of situation, maybe if you're sitting on the ground or something like this, they would be charged with a trespass or a failure to disperse charge, misdemeanor state charges like traffic tickets. But they're charging these people with federal felonies for access to the ICE building, allegedly assaulting an ICE agent, and then conspiracy to do the two. That's a huge, huge escalation and could carry significant time. Let me be clear. This is a significant departure from all traditional applications of prosecution against protesters. Let me also be clear. If you engage in violence at a protest, you are going to be prosecuted, and it is going to have significant consequence. And what I'm trying to tell you is it's dramatically escalated what those consequences are going to be. Some of these charges have up to 20-year jail times. It's worth also noting that ICE has dramatically changed its tactics in how it handles civilian encounters. That cannot be ignored. And I'm not going to comment as to whether I think these charges are valid because I haven't had time to fully research the situation or the charging documents, but I want you to know that I believe this government is going to continue to find creative ways to silence people, using the federal prosecution apparatus to do that. What that means for you is when you engage in protest activity, you have to be aware that all eyes are on you. You have to be responsible, smart, and effective in how you protest. Even if you are, I want you to know that I think this government is going to try to do every single thing it can to silence you. What's happening with these protests, especially compared to what happened with the January 6th incident, is a dramatic escalation of how they're handling the law in its application, and it has a chilling effect on the First Amendment. The American Bar Association strongly condemns using prosecutions for partisan or political personal considerations. That's out the window. That's completely out the window. This is challenging to talk about because we do not condone violence and we cannot encourage violence in these situations. However, we also can't ignore the fact that the government is using its tools to shut people up. Resist.